Okay, good evening to everyone. Welcome. It's Saturday, January 14, 2023, and this is a very important message from me to you. And I will try to do my best to give you this or deliver you to
Good
this.
evening to everyone. Welcome.
This message that you can understand. Of course, you are more than welcome to check every segment of this information that I will give to you, and this is something what is going to make you think and rethink about a reality that we live in. So let's start. The worst part of this is to start. I don't know where to start, so I make one let's say, way to start this live event. So I will start like this. In 2017, I went live on my channel, Separate Society. On this live event, I said that in a very near future, there will be some kind of the disease which will attack one certain kind of the people. YouTube take down my video and they claim that that was the hate speech. But there was no trace of any hate speech because you know what happened in 2019. And my information became the right one. Now, let me tell you now something that you can understand, fully understand what I'm going to show you. If I'm standing in one square where is a lot of people, and I suddenly start to run, probably nobody will react, or maybe somebody will turn his head to see why I'm running for, but there will be calm in the how do I say, among the people, many people on this square. Nobody will run with me. But if I do the following, if I rent 100 people who will start to run in the same time when I start to run, I can assure you that that will cause a stampede. Because if the 100 people start to run towards some point or leaving one side away from them, people will start to run immediately, almost synchronized, and that will be a great mass of the people who are start to running with them, and then it will be the whole chaos. So as you can see, I can make chaos only if I do an inside job. And that means that if I rent some people who will help me make a panic among the people, who will in effect react in the same time when I start to run. Now let me share the screen and let me show you something. This is the 911. This is the number in United States and maybe some other countries which you use when you are in the danger or some kind of the trouble, and then you call 911. There's also in Europe, also in Croatia, some other numbers which are 112, similar, but they are all consisting this one number here. This once, 11 is present in the both of this emergency number. So let me tell you, in effect, what is the number 911, because this is very, very crucial for everything what you're going to see in the just a moment to like this to make you more easy understand what I'm going to show you and tell you. So 911 in effect is a very important number which completely change our reality. So let me give you an example. If I tell you now that now is the August 31 and it's not midnight in Croatia, but let's say it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, then you will say that I'm crazy. How can I change? I don't know, and I said it's a year 2030. How can I change year, hour, and the month that everybody take that as a granted as something completely normal, and they are said, okay, it's that date, it's that time, it's that year. So actually, once upon the time, the people are counting the years probably since the beginning of the humanity. As you know, for example, Jews, they still have their accounting of the years, and I think it's somewhere about 5,000 and I don't know which one year. I'm not very familiar with this exact number, but as you know, they're not using the Anno Domini numbers. That means that the death of the Christ as a zero time, or a time from where we start to begin counting the years and the days and etc. etc. You know what I mean. So I will show you that very soon. Also, we have some different calendars, Julian, Gregorian, which are distance in between 15 days, etc. etc. I'm not going to waste my time and spend my time explaining this. But now let's go to see something what is very important for us. So, just a moment. This year, I'll have to scroll back to the first year, which is concerning about the death of the Christ, or a new era in effect, and about the numbers 1 and 9. In effect, if I have to go back and tell you what is the 911. 9 is the God, and 1 are so-called fallen angels. But people, I'm not talking about the religion here, please. You must understand that this is not about the religion. When I'm talking about the God and the fallen angel, this is usually something what is related to the religion. But no, I'm not talking about the religion. Please be very carefully and following the numbers that I will show you. So 911 is the God and 2 fallen angels. So let's go back now to this one. So the 0 year, when they start to counting the years after the death of the Christ, or Anno Domini, new era, it starts with year number 1. Now let me tell you something about 911 one more time. Or I mean about the characters which are used in the Bible, or in a common speech in the world, etc. So Lucifer and Satan, they are not the same person. Okay, we are talking about the person here. They are not same person. They are 2 different persons. And then we have third one, which was created one, and that is the devil. So we have God, we have Lucifer, we have Satan, and we have devil. Devil, I will explain to you what is the devil in the next in the next few minutes. So the year starts with number 1, which is the year of the fallen angel Lucifer, who take over the ancient world, and they start to push a new era using the number 1, because this is so next number after 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, we come to the number 6, which is the number of the bad God or converted God. So bad God has converted himself to number 9, pretending that he is a good one. So all your prayers, he is a middleman between you and the real God, and in effect, he is a bad God. And there's also a song of Jimi Hendrix which said, when 6 become 9, I mean, when 6, if 6 was 9. So this is also very, very interesting song. So we have a converted God who comes from the bad to the good, pretending to be good God, and he is the middleman between the real God and you. So, because if he stay a bad God as a number 6, he will not be good to you. So he have to pretend himself that he is understand you and that he is helping you, and he do that, because when you pray, God hear you, and sometimes, but only sometimes, God helps you, and this is so-called a miracle. So when this 9 came toward the number 10, and this is 1 and 0, this is the devil. And 1 and 0 is the binary code, okay? So not to be, how they say, misused with Satan. Satan is something completely. So devil, we have now four horsemen of the apocalypse, and this is converted God, Lucifer, Satan, and devil, which is number 10. And 0 and 1, it's created binary code, what we are using today. So 11, fallen angel, Lucifer, and Satan, and now we have 4 horsemen of the apocalypse who will ride toward today's days, and now I will show you what is happening here. Watch this very carefully. So we got these years which are following, which are very strong years in the creation of the new era. 1966, 99, 100, 110, 111, 119, 166. Just watch this number, 199. This is the creation in which it can become stronger and stronger. So we go forwarding in the years, and everything is start to manifestating in this very strong numbers, which are in effect marking very important dates and the years when something is changed in our reality. So let me stop now and tell you something what is very important. So every 7 years, they creating a new part of their reality. They are building this step by step, creating one very, very big new world, which is ruled by these 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. I will scroll now forward, and let me show you some of these very important days with 11s and with 1s and 9s. 1319, okay, 1319, it was the bubonic plague or Black Death, killed as many as 1/3 of Europe people between 1347 and 1350, okay? This is the plague which starts here. I'm sorry, 1347, okay? And then we go forward, and I will show you this. We got, again, plug in 1666, great plug of 160-65, etc., etc. And now, that was 1699, that was the end of the 7-year cycle. We jump over the time, and we are going to show you beginning of the 7-year cycles. 1940 is the beginning of the 7-year cycles. As you can see, in 1940, again we have 2 1s and 9. We have World War, which start in 1940. Now, very interesting thing has happened in 1980. Yugoslavia country was formed in 1980, immediately after World War II. Now, let me tell you something about Yugoslavia, what you don't know, and you think that Yugoslavia is some third part country, ex-socialist, ex-communist, but Yugoslavia and Tito are very, very important thing in the world. One of the most important thing that happened in the world is the forming of Yugoslavia. Why? Because under the time of Yugoslavia, which lasts until 1990, look at the year 1990, Yugoslavia became the model for today's European community. So everything what is going on in European community, it is tried on the model of Yugoslavia. So Yugoslavia have one money, got 6 different states with no borderlands, with no borderlands. Yeah, between them, the people can freely go from one country to another. Everything was centralized to the Belgrade. The presidency was going from year to year from one republic to another, same as it's happening right now in Europe. And we have one money. It was dinar, and today European Union got one money. It's called euro, which was bring into 1999, at the 1st of the January 1999. And now, let me show you something. Look at how many 1s and 9s are here. After decades of preparations, that is the decades of existence of Yugoslavia, the euro was launched on January 1st, 1999. So everything what is happening in the 7-year cycles, like here, for example, 7-year cycles end in 1966, Atlanta naval bombing, Dublin massacre, Dolly, the sheep becomes the first mammal to be successfully cloned, and we have mad cold disease. 1996, look at the converted God, 6991. Okay, now let's go here. The creation of the Croatian Republic in 1991. Let's see what else happened in 1 and 9. Gulf War in Wikipedia, it was in 1991. So we have here, look at it here, 1989. Look at how many 9s and 1s are here. 1 to 3 numbers. Breaking year, Tim Berners-Lee, a British scientist, invented the World Wide Web, WWW, in 1989 while working at CERN, and that was the end of the 7-year cycles. And end of Yugoslavia, bloody war begins of the 7-year cycles in 1990. Now, I must show you something else. In 1983, the beginning of the 7-year cycles, discovery of the Nibiru. Let's go back in the history. End of 1975, okay, let's go here, and okay, here. 1962, 196, beginning of the 7-year cycles. 1962, 1963 was the coldest UK winter for 200 years and lasts for 10 weeks. Let's go back in the history. And you will see here the second thing. 1939, end of the Great Depression, okay, and the beginning of the 7-year cycles in 1934, 1933, end of the 7-year cycles, end of the Great Depression in 1933, 1940, end of the 7-year cycles, but 1939 we start the World War II, also with 199. Look at how many nines and ones are present in this date. Let's go back in the history. Great Depression. Look at the Great Depression. 199. Okay, and we can go back and here. World War II. 191. It starts. It's 11th November. More. 11th November. It's a 1111. World War II starts. So I say everything is related to this number. In 16666, we have great plague of the in Europe. In fact, it was related to the rats carrying the fleets that caused the plague in 1666. Now let me show you something even more interesting. What it's related to this. This is the Holy Trinity. Let me show you what is the Holy Trinity. Holy Trinity, it's 6 converted God from 6 to 9. As Jimmy Hendrix said, if 6 was 9, and then we have Pisces symbols which are relieved. As you can see, these are the 69. In fact, this is something what is 69. Two fishes are swimming in a different direction, and what is very important for this, we are living now in the era of the Pisces species or symbols revealed, and who is the ruler of the species? It's Jupiter. And who is the Jupiter? Oh, I'm not showing the. I'm sorry, I'm not showing the. I'm going to say here. So one more time. Jupiter and Neptune rule the pieces, okay? And who is the Jupiter? Jupiter number, it's number 8, and Jupiter is Jesus Christ in symbolic number. So as you can see, back to this, what I've been just showing to you, I didn't share the screen, so this is one more time. This is the plaque, the 1666. We can go even back in the history and find many very interesting parts. So here we got this Holy Trinity. I'm sorry. Here, Holy Trinity, which consists 9 through 6. This is the same God, bad God converted into a good God. We got here fallen angels, and we got the devil. And this is the binary code, which now I must go back to this timeline and show you something very important, which is related to today's day, and then you will find this very interesting. So in 1986, what happened? The Chernobyl radiation and Halley comet was in the sky. 9196, 3 numbers which are related to what I'm talking about. 1989, 2 9s and 1 1, breaking year. I already told the British side it's inverted, blah blah. While working at said 1990, end of Yugoslavia, bloody war, and that is the beginning of the 7-year cycles when everything is changed. And we have this Gulf in a Gulf War. 1991, Croatian Republic was found. Descending of Yugoslavia, and then we come to one very new cyclus, which start in the 1997. Look at that here, 199 new cycles begin, and we have Euro in 1999, which is also 666 if you wish, as money and the first. Look at how many ones and nines are present. But now we are on the right moment. This is the most important. I will try to do like this. This is the most important date in the history, and I will tell you now why. So, the God said in Italian, mille e non più mila. Mille e non più mille. That means 1,000 and not over the 1,000. And this is the last year, which is related to the year of 1,000. Because after that, you need to say 2001, and etc., etc. So this is the last number in which starts with 1,000. 1,999 is the last what they are trying to do, and that is what they are making a euro. Now, 2000, year 2000 is the end, so-called end of the world, as you know, because of this year on the computers. Everybody said, "Oh, what is going to happen? It's going to be the end of the world." So they start to using end of the world for the 2000, because this is the end of the world, and this era where these people are ruled, this is their end, and this is the beginning of the end of these people, of the four arrivals of the apocalypse. Now let me show you. Look at how interesting. In the very beginning of the 2000, in 2001, we have demolition of the Twin Towers in New York, which is one of the worst crimes in the century. In 2003, it was the end of the 7-year cyclus. 2004, beginning of the 7-year cyclus. 2005, witnessed the year 2005 witnessed an explosion of H5N1 outbreaks in poultry and migrating wild bird population in Asia, spreading to Russia and Eastern Europe. Let's go forward. In 2010, it was the end of the 7-year cyclus. And then, beginning of the 7-year cyclus, we have 2001, when it was on 11-113, 2001, earthquake in Japan, beginning of the 7-year cycle. This is one of the strongest earthquake in the known in the modern world. And then we have 2012 again. They are mentioning the end of the world and blah blah blah. But in effect, this is related to the Mayan calendar, which is in the beginning of the new era, 7 years cyclus to like 7-year cyclus, and in 2017, and then we have the beginning of the 7-year cyclus in 2018. When this disease take place, it's the 2019. Interesting that we have again 1 and 9 related to something what is very, how do you say, known into the word history. Nothing ever happened like it was a lockdown in 2019. Now, let me tell you something. What is this? What is this? I don't want to say it because they are going to put my video immediately on the side. So let me show you what is this. You are all familiar with the Ark of the Covenant. When you are dissembling word covenant, you got covenant, which is the same or very similar to this what is here written with the red letters. But this also means that it may be a 19, nant as a 19 or 90, and that means that the Ark of the Covenant is going to be opened in 2019 because this is the content of the so-called covenant, Ark of the Covenant, in effect, is the virus which will remove these people from the society which are dying massively. So the inside job and the people who were helping these four arrivals of the apocalypse to make this work possible, they are going to die, massively die. So among the people, there are people who have a bad seed in their DNA, who looks like a people, and they are not aliens. Let me tell you this. So I cannot say this word, who are they, but that's why I'm not enable chat. That's why I'm not enable comments, because I don't want to anyone use this word, because somebody can accuse me of hate speech or something else. So we have these people who are affected with this virus, and I already told you that in 2017, and now we have this. So let me show you back in the timeline what is happening here. So this is happening here, and the end of the 7-year cycles which start in 2018, which it's marked by this what is present here, it's end in 2024. 2023 we have this comet that is present here, ZTF. Okay, this is one very a comet, I'm sorry. Right? And we have the coming back of this virus, which is now calling the Kraken. This is the related to 2023. 2024 is the end of the 7-year cycles, and now we are coming to the beginning of the 7-year cycles in 2025, which got no any of this number present here, neither 1, neither 9, neither 6, neither 1 or whatsoever, but we got the following year, second year in the beginning of the 7-year cycles, where probably it will be the great disaster expect to happen. And what that would be, no one knows, because this is completely, for now, a secret to us what is going to be. But remember that year, this is the year when this 6 takes place, and that will be very, very bad, or they will do something very, very bad, which will mark this year as very extraordinary year, as the year of the soul. What actually happened in the 1990, they are opening this Ark of Covenant, Ark of Covenant, which are taking place, and here, mille and non più mille, thousand and not over the 1,000. And now this is happening exactly in the year which are consisting number 1 and 9, and this is 2019, which is very known what is going on and how many people die and how many people were infected, and whatever happened in 2019. So we have this, we can go into the history and find, I don't know, 100,000 of plotted events which are taking place exactly, always exactly in the same form of the date or the years. So somebody attacked humanity in the time of the Christ, and they are move away the history. In effect, they start a new era, and they start to ruling with number one, with the fallen angel and Lucifer, which is the Lucifer, and they start to year with the one with the Lucifer, and this he is taking care of the new era, and then the other comes, as you can see into the view, and they are all meeting at once in the history on that place, and that place is 9, 10, 11. Okay, 9, 10, 11, or if you wish, this is the four horsemen or Apocalypse, 6, 9, 10, 11. Okay, these are the four bad guys, of which one is pretending to be a true God, but he is a fake God. And when people are praying for mercy or for something, he is in effect this 9 God, converted God from 6, is the bad guy who is converted in he pretending to be a good guy, and from time to time he is doing miracles, and he's listening your prayers and doing miracles, which makes you believe that you are praying to the real God, but in effect you are not. And this is what is very important. So this is something you won't find this, what I've been saying, nowhere, no documentary, no book, no any kind of information. It's related what I've just been saying to you. And now I must tell you, how did I get to this information? And this is one of the most important things that I have to share with you. Just a moment. Yes, I covered it all. And now let me tell you something about what happened to me yesterday evening when I lay in my bed. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I was watching a movie on my computer, and suddenly I feel terrible need for sleep. And it was so strong that I barely turned off my computer. So I lay into my bed, and since I lay in my bed, I cannot sleep from 2 o'clock in the morning until the 10 o'clock in the morning next day, or same day in effect in the morning. So 8 hours I was turning around, and I cannot sleep. All this time, for 8 hours, there was a voice inside of me who dictates me everything what I've been showing to you. And finally, after 4 or 6 hours at 6 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't resist anymore. I was very pissed off. I get up, I go to my computer, I open my computer, and I put it all as a note. I was typing like crazy, and I put it all together, and then I said, okay, now let me check this. Let me check these facts. If these facts are true, then this is a real miracle. This is a channeling. So I start to put the dates inside these years, which are marked with 9, 1 and 6, and I came to the extraordinary information that I just been delivered to you. And if you ask me what is going to happen next into the following years, I can tell you that if you think that this is rising strongly, that they are winning some kind of the game here with these riders of apocalypse, that they are riding and that they are keeping their tempo and their speed of riding, and they are going through all this epoch of 7 years with the same victory, then I must tell you that no, this is the end of these riders. Mille and non più mille. That means 1,000, not over the 1,000. Everything what they done and everything what they prepare until the year 1999, it's still in the game, and this is all from the previous decade, from the previous century, from the 19th century, which is the century of the species, and I already show you what is the species here. I will share that once again with you. So share the screen. This is the era of the species. This is 6 and 9. This is a converted God, which is pretending to be a real God, and he is not. And the Holy Trinity, it's not in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's in the name of the 6 converted to 9. 2 fallen angels are created devil, and created devil, it's created with a binary code, which it consists only zeros and ones, because after number 10 there is no more other numbers. They start to be used or reused. As a 0 is in effect also a number, but as you can see, we have 1 and 0 for 10, which is meaning that this is a fictional creation of so-called devil, which is in the computers and in the IT work in effect. And also, as you know, that let me show you this, you are probably familiar with this. Just a moment to see here, new. Okay, now let me show you this one. So you are all familiar with this. The www, which stands for the internet, okay, it's in effect 666. So if you think, I'm sorry, I have to, like this. So if you think that this is coincidence, people, this is not a coincidence. I try to explain you everything what they do. So this is, this year here, year of the 0 or year of 1 death of the Christ, this is the plot. This is the organized plot which they use to overtaking the future of the humanity, and they did reset everything to year number 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, then come the bad God on the 6th, then come converted God, then come created devil as a binary code, and the fallen angels, they are all together here as the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And if you are searching for who is responsible for the war, who is responsible for the hate between the nations, who are responsible for medical experiments, who are responsible for the hate among the for the nationalism, for the chauvinism, for the fake patriotism which hurt other people, who is many disease, pushing people into the war, everything. So these are the people who are living among us, who have very, very bad seeds, and these are the inside job supported by these people. Eliminating these people from the world will end everything what is going on and what is bad. And that is the beginning of the new era, and probably that we will be out, completely out of the war, hate, and everything what is also the religion, and everything what makes people confronting to kill each other, hate each other, or see some differences which in effect, as a racism also, which in effect are not necessary for our peaceful life and for our happiness on this beautiful earth created by the Creator or real God. So this is what I had to tell you. This is what I had to deliver to you. I know that the reaction of the people will be very different. There will be some people who will understand what I've been saying. There will be the people who will disprove me, who hate me. I don't know who said that I am denying Jesus or I whatsoever. But in effect, these people are very, very lost and they don't know what they are talking about. They've been completely confused. And this is went so deep in their body that the only way that they can get rid of it is to die. So let me tell you something about the dying and the being born again. If you kill all the ants in the world, okay, you kill all the ants in the world. So ants as animals not existing anymore. Nobody can ever be birthed as an ant. Do you understand me? You can only be birthed and raised as a human with some positive and nice manners and human characteristical. You cannot be born in a bad seed and spreading hate and everything else what it's make people desperate, unhappy, and suffering, and make from this beautiful world a hell which has been overtaken by these four riders of the apocalypse, which are present here, which are existing, which are doing what they are doing, hidden behind these numbers, behind these symbols. And what is the secret between this, behind these creatures, or behind these numbers, or behind these entities, if you wish? I don't know. That it's not been telling. Nobody told me, in effect, what is going on with this. Maybe I will have another contact from this, someone who is giving this information to this channeling, and then I hope that one day maybe I will be able to tell you something more about these numbers and who are behind these numbers and who are these persons, or I don't know, or how they looks like or whatsoever. So I must tell you for the end of this live event that this is with the comets. Their pens are full of, you know what, they are very afraid of these comets and everything what is going on in the sky, because they are shooting at them, because they are, I don't know what is going to happen with this ZTF comet. They will probably shoot this comet and probably nothing will happen except the collateral damage will be happened until they shoot all this comet. Comets are very close, they are not far away. Nobody can shoot 3 billion kilometers away because our dome above us is not that high, and so this is also in 1960s and 1600, in year 1600, they pronounce the Earth, it's a globe, until the Earth was flat, and we have completely different knowledge. Whole history was hidden from us, changed in the moment when the new era is proclaimed with the death of so-called Christ, which is the plot which they set up there with the help of the inside jobs of the people who look like we do, but they are in effect not real people. They are very, very bad people. That will be all. Thank you very much. I also have, I must address to you that be so kind and help to me and donate to my channels. And now I will leave the info. How can you donate to my channels? Thank you very much for your patience, for your participation, and I hope that you will be so kind to make deeper dig into this subject. And now, when you have all the time lapse, you can search what is going on. Very important in all these years, and especially in the time sequence of the 7 years which they use to build when they start to building. Thank you very much and stay tuned. Please be so kind and don't forget to push thumb up for me and for my work on my channel. Thank you very much.